Hello everyone. E3 this year, honestly, was the best one in, I don't even know how long. It was truly an excellent ride of just fantastic games being shown all around. So of course,
it's time for an arbitrary list of games to get hype about that might turn out to be terrible, but initially look amazing.
Look, I might need to work on the title, but yeah, seriously, more than any E3 I can remember, so many of the titles shown made me go, oh, can you guys see? That looks, that's so, I want that. Nay, I need that. And that is a good feeling. It's an exciting time to be a part of, well, gaming. It really, really is. So join me then, everyone, as we go through my highlights, my favorites, the ones that I think are really gonna, hit that sweet spot when they finally do arrive. So this is where number 10 would go.
If I had one!
But I'm gonna dedicate number 10 to your favorite game at E3 that isn't in 9 through 1. Right, so whatever your favorite is that doesn't show up in this video, imagine it's here, okay? And then right, I'm covered because you can't pull a how could you forget about X, because it's here, right? It's right here. Just imagine. But in all seriousness, if I had to put one here, it would be Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Look, it's Super Smash. This is looking like the ultimate version, and I don't think I need to explain why I find this game a pure joy. Arguably the most fun party game. I've got great memories in it, and I do not deny the almost certainty that I will make many more when it comes out. The changes they've made are amazing. I don't know how we ever played this trash game without Olimar's helmet cracking when he gets here. How did we suffer this garbage before that was implemented? But no, that level of polish seems to be permeating the entire thing. Moveset updates, final smashes being snappier, the new characters, and also the fact that they decided to add literally all of the old characters. All of them. They put everyone in. So that's great. Can't wait to play as Waluigi. Never gonna happen. But yeah, it just looks like an absolute blast, and I cannot wait to get knocked off stage by some bullshit. Number 9 then. I ain't got nobody. Kingdom Hearts 3. I mean, what can I say? Well, all of the following. I adored 1 and 2. I think they're absolutely marvelous games. Gummy ship for life. And I have been looking forward to 3 for, well, literally years. I think a lot of us have. It feels like it's been an eternity. In fact, it has been an eternity. You know when Kingdom Hearts 2 came out? You know when that released? 2005! Like, damn! And in between 2 and 3, the story's just been getting more convoluted by the game. There's so many. And look, I'm just going to be happy to play a Kingdom Hearts with a whole number. I don't want 3.6. I don't want 2.57. I just want good old-fashioned Kingdom Hearts 3 to see where the story goes, explore the new worlds that they're giving us. They've got Frozen, you've got Pirates of the Caribbean, some old favorites, Hercules, my man, and it's just going to be good fun. I am simply excited to see it continue. The combat looks incredible this time around. Everything was so visceral, and you could just feel the momentum and fun from watching it. There's so many new mechanics, it looks like, and it's just going to be a right roaring good time. I cannot deny my love for 2, and maybe I think there is a slight possibility since all the way back then, I actually might find myself being like, it's not really to my taste anymore. I'm kind of concerned that's it, but I cannot go against the powerful rose-tinted goggles gripping my face like a vice as I remember just the sheer awesome I felt playing through 2 so many times on the PlayStation 2. It was one of my best gaming experiences, so I will certainly be all over 3, and I hope I can still find that magic that I felt back then. So yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3. So then, viewers, what is my number 8? This then was honestly a surprise to myself, because I'll level with you. I know a great place to farm XP, because I'll level with. Alright, so I don't really like Assassin's Creed as a general rule. I played the first one, found it super underwhelming. Then I played Black Flag, which I played because I love pirates, and it was a pretty good pirate game. I'm told it wasn't a great Assassin's Creed game, but that's by the by, and I've not really been interested in any others. But I cannot deny, if I had to choose a favorite ancient time period, well, it probably would be Greece, and I cannot deny the game looks visually quite stunning, and I cannot deny from what we saw, the combat looked really cool. But again, I've not played previous Assassin's Creed outside of Black Flag, so the combat could be really shallow when it comes down to it actually controlling it, but this is about presentations at E3, and from what I saw, the vibrancy of the color palette, just exploring beautiful ancient Greece while we stab damn Athenians to death, those pompous bastards. Sparta for life! I could see myself really getting behind that, if only just for the setting and the world, and really, that's all it takes. As soon as a game goes, hey, we're going to offer you a fantasy you've always thought would be cool, but nothing's really scratched before, and I'm going to be like, yeah, I'll take that. I will take it, and I will run away with it. And that's what Odyssey looked like it did. So that's why it is here. Number 7 then. I did not expect this. Ghost of Tsushima looks... Tsushima? Is the T silent? Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Sushi. Look, dead fish aside, I am very impressed by what we saw. Initially, I'll say the combat looks like it might be quite shallow, a lot of button prompting, not a lot of raw skill, but really, when your game looks to be that gorgeous of an experience, like this is honestly one of the most potent and compelling aesthetics I've seen in a game in a long time. And while I'm a big believer in the graphics don't make a game, it's obviously down to the gameplay, right? That makes sense. There is a point, there is a line that you cross where you simply look at something and go, that is a visual work of art in beautiful motion, right? People throw around that a game looks beautiful a lot, but really, does it actually meet that definition? You know, proper beauty. Seeing the autumn leaves flitter down as two previously friends find a reason to come to blows in a powerful, very reminiscent of classic samurai film moment. We were watching it, sat there going, oh, one shot him with a draw slash, one shot him with a draw, one shot him with a draw. Oh! Oh! Oh, that's so cool! And when something gives you that feeling, well, you can't deny you're onto a winner. And look, I love my good friend Genghis Khan as much as the next guy, and playing through an era being invaded by the Mongol horde, I am all for that. It's another very favorite period of history for me. So even if I get a experience, right, maybe it's mechanically shallow, but if it looks and flows and feels as good as what we saw, I will definitely find myself having a memorable time with that, but I have high hopes. Talking of hopes, number 6. This then is Samurai Souls, or more accurately, Samurai Born, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, the next From Software game, and well, this is probably what we can expect, right? We saw precious little, we got little snippets of gameplay, we have a skeletal arm that can do a grapple hook or turn into a shield hat, or there even is shots of it having a cannon on it, so almost a trick weapon arm that gives some serious verticality that we've never quite experienced before in a Soulsborne title. And I don't know if it's fair to even call this a Soulsborne title. There's obviously going to be inspirations, right? It's what they do so well, but I think this will definitely step out of the shadow of the others in a big way. Again, another beautiful samurai setting, not quite as, well, again, there it is, that word always thrown around, but not quite as beautiful as Ghost, but it does have a striking aesthetic to it, and really the combat in this does look top tier. It seems they're really focusing on the parry riposte side of things, which again is something that none of the others have really completely honed in. Obviously it's a staple of Soulsborne, but there's never been one where the combat system, that is your big deal. So I'm excited to see how this goes, and it makes sense because really that is the way of the blade. Can't believe I've found an opportunity to say way of the blade in a almost serious sense in my life. Yeah, life goals! But look, just on the basis of it being the next From Software game and their pedigree of making quality experiences, you gotta put this here, right? It's a cool setting. People like Samurai, I'm fine with them. They're not my favorite of, you know, the classic warrior types, but I'm definitely okay with them. I'm finding it kind of interesting you get to resurrect mid-combat, seemingly. I hope they really turn that into a proper mechanic and not just like a 1 extra life per true death, but it'll be interesting to see how it goes, especially bosses like this, because it looks a little bit more on the almost realistic, right? Less monstery. We'll find out, and I'm sure it will please. After that, then, we have number 5.
Brilliant. I have absolutely no idea what's going on.
What? I was so excited to finally get some semblance of information, some cornerstone of certainty of what Death Stranding is, and instead we get what? Realistic RPG hoarder backpack simulator? We get Amazon Prime the game? Why are you hiding from shadow ghost babies with umbilical cords reaching to the sky? What the hell? I mean, I'm happy there's a cool Walking Dead cameo, seemingly a very large one, but other than that, the fuck? Is the genre for this game just Hideo? Like, is he ground marking? Ground marking? The fuck is ground marking? You know what I mean? Probably a pioneered new type of game that is just pure essence of his bonkers mind. I swear he's just fucking with the actors at this point. He's just getting them to do what they want, laughing to himself in tears as he watches it back. No, just pretend you're carrying a baby in a little container while you hide from shadow goopy figures. Yeah, let's see that emotion. Thank you. All right, great mocap. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, he's still doing it! It's been like 2 months! We're gonna actually have to make the game at this point! But the thing is, all of this said, I still found myself going, yes, I want this, whatever it is. I'm slightly scared and confused, but I'm really happy. Oh, no idea. It seems, I guess it looks like it's going to be more of, again, an experience type game, an adventure, getting from A to B, experiencing the story in the world. There was a gun at some point, so there might be combat, but I could totally see it going the route of just hiding and making it past sections in an almost, well, working out the best way to accomplish that, how you actually do it, a almost puzzly type element. But I mean, I don't know. There's so little to think about. It looks like there's 2 universes pressed together. It looks like babies are important, like it's almost powering the light that lets you see them and avoid being killed. It says if he dies, he doesn't actually properly die, but he causes what's known as a void out, and then he will damage the whole surrounding area, so maybe death isn't permanent, it will just have a devastating effect. It just looked like there's a lot of, let's go with unique. Let's go with unique. It looks very unique, but honestly, truly compelling. You can't help but watch something like that and go, you know, I need to play that just so I actually know what it is and I can sleep at night again. And really, that's an interesting feeling for a game preview to create in someone. So, yeah, Death Stranding. I can't wait for whatever it is. Number 4
is to go even further beyond
Oh, yes. So, look, there is a moment at these type of events at E3 where something comes on and you kind of have this reaction. Wait, is that? Oh, wait, no way. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Oh, is that Luffy fighting Goku? Yes, please. Oh, it actually. Oh, there's Naruto, I guess, but really, Luffy fighting Goku. Oh, and Frieza's there. And that is powerful, right? When you get this simple, sheer joy of, oh, that's cool. I cannot go against it. It just filled me with pure pumping hype excitement as I was like, oh, I am all over this. And yes, there has been crossover fighting games with these characters before, but none of them look to be this quality. From watching the actual gameplay after the reveal, it looks like the power and the force and the sheer visceral palpitating awesomeness from what it showed is given and represented in combat. It seems like there's no real step down. It's just as epic actually controlling and playing as it looked in a pre-rendered trailer, and that is a rare thing indeed. And look, I'm a massive weeb, okay? And I love all of the shows that the characters from here are gonna go. I won't deny it. And getting to fight them like that with what looks to be one of the best, if not the best, these types of fighting games, clean mechanics going, like it looked very much on point from watching people actually get their hands on the gameplay of this. I am totally down. Even just the sheer spectacle, even just being able to see your two favorite characters from various cheesy shonen go head to head, well, you know you want that in your life. There is a part of you, if you like these shows, that has always wondered how Goku would fight Gear 4. I mean, the answer is Goku would absolutely obliterate probably every character in this game. I mean, he's at the point where he can punch out universes, and that was before he got the biggest power up in Dragon Ball history. So look, scaling isn't going to be represented, and I like to keep up on those things. All right, knowing who would win a theoretical fight between two fictional anime characters is an important cornerstone for a human being. Thank you. Oh my god. But yeah, it's who would win the game, and I am totally all for that. It just looks pure fun. I am down. Number 3 then.
I need photos of Spider-Man.
Well, we have ourselves Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2 was one of the best games I've ever played, a phenomenal game and a even better Spider-Man game, and I think most of us can agree on that. And we've all kind of been yearning for that experience since then, rendered in what current technology can actually bring to bear. And well, we've got it, and it looks fucking great. The flow of that combat, the actual wit coming out of Spider-Man that we expect. Very, I would say, Marvel-inspired, but there's nothing wrong with that because they've done a great job with him, and everything about it just screamed the definitive best Spider-Man game we might ever see. Honestly, certainly the best one that there has been. It looks just glorious. The speed and momentum you could feel even second-hand web-slinging around the city. The kinda Arkham-esque combat, but it's got a little bit of a faster flow to it, and there is some badass gadgets and special moves, and all of the context stuff, being able to sit high, perched above someone, and instantly web them upside down. I saw some gameplay where he knocked someone into a kiddie's pool and then webbed it shut, and that was fantastic. At one point, he kicked someone off a building, and they are definitely dead, but you know, we'll let that one go, Spidey. And it looks like it's just going to be a glorious Spider-Man sandboxy experience. All the prisoners escape from Raft, and you got to go deck down all the supervillains, bring them back, and find out why the hell is happening. So yeah, Spider-Man, it just looks like a blast, and I can't wait to get caught in its webbing. So this one then comes with a disclaimer. I kind of just found the first one okay, right? I enjoyed my time with it, I don't regret playing it, but it never reached those masterpiece level heights for me that a lot of people hold it to, and objectively I can see why many of you do adore it so much. It just kind of never clicked for me, and, you know, that's fair enough. So I went into seeing The Last of Us 2 preview with a kind of, I'll probably enjoy it, I guess maybe play it, I'm sure it'll be fine. But what I got, apart from the single best presented game at the entirety of E3, seriously, it was masterful, was one of the best. In fact, I would say, at least based on my memory right now, and my memory isn't great, I'll admit, but I would say the best context-sensitive dynamic combat system, full stop. Now, that sounds like a lot of buzzwords, doesn't it? But what I simply mean is the buttery smooth flow that provides this almost real sense of that's actually how a brawl for your life would go down. Nothing about it felt gamey, right? There was no stilting. Everything just worked. Everything around her in the environment was used how you would see it be used. It felt like a movie sequence, a John Wick-esque style beatdown where everybody is desperately balancing on that razor wire of death, so smoothly picking up the bottle and throwing it, sliding between the shelves, being thrown through the glass over the counter, the absolute brutality, the details of holding her shoulder after being shot in it, the exact same place, seeing the bullet holes in everyone, picking an arrow out of someone's corpse to then immediately fire it, even just having them held in her backpack. I feel like a lot of people are overlooking just how impressive the technology is on display here. If the actual gameplay is anywhere near this smoothly, because I imagine while this is actual gameplay, it was one of those they did it 1,000 times until they recorded the perfect run, but if it's anywhere near this level consistently, that is something special. What happened? Special. I'm gonna leave that in. You know what? I'm only human. If it is like that, it is gonna be something special. It is going to be, honestly, I think, defining. It is next level in the truest sense of the word. I mean, I personally might have simply not played a game that has this in it, but any of you watching this, right, any of you that saw this or are seeing it now in the background, have you seen anything that comes close to this sort of real feeling, right? Nothing felt artificially not happening because it's a game, right? There's no way I could look at this and go, yeah, well, if this real life, she could have just done this, or, you know, if this was a real life fight, then that dude would have done that. Everything felt so brutally just real about it, and it was so smooth. I feel like I'm starting to go in circles, so I will leave it there, but irrelevant of the story, which I'm sure will be fantastic, as Naughty Dog really know what they are doing on that front, the just sheer level of mirror-shine polish in that combat and the detail on display was breathtaking for me, and I cannot shake how much I have been thinking about it ever since I saw it, so it takes that 2 spot for me easily. Moving on then to number 1.
People there had metal in their heads, waged war from a distance, using things similar to megascopes, and there were no horses. Everyone had their own flying ship instead.
Cyberpunk 2077. I was so hoping, and then when it happened, that moment, it was just chills. Sheer anticipation, excitement building as we watch this beautifully realized world get displayed to us. Now, it was just a cinematic trailer, there's no gameplay, and really, I'll be real, if it was probably any other developer but CD Projekt Red, I would have been like, yeah, looks interesting, maybe a bit lower down the list, maybe not on at all, but I cannot deny, and I don't think any of you guys can, the sheer weight that their name carries. Almost too much weight. I do feel for them. The pressure they must feel to deliver after Witcher 3, which I will fundamentally argue is one of the games in contention for just the best game full stop. I truly believe it would be within the, I'd say, 50 or so titles you could have a proper good debate for the, like, if you had to pick the single best example gaming has produced on the whole so far. I really think it is that good. It is a sheer masterpiece, and many people do feel like that, and for good reason. So to follow something of that quality of storytelling that is as of yet unparalleled in at least an RPG setting, in a world that is so large and detailed, it is again as of yet unparalleled, and again, at least in an RPG setting, to follow that up with a Cyberpunk RPG with that new aesthetic and deliver something even almost as good as Witcher. Whoa, that is a tall order, isn't it? But the thing is, I believe they are the masters of a story-focused RPG, and they have a good amount of source material to work with from the tabletop version of the game, and they are proven experts at bringing pre-existing material to life in a game format. And the thing is, I don't even like the setting. I don't like futuristic stuff. I don't like Shadowrunny. I don't like that kind of tech. I don't like that whole sci-fi shtick. But I don't care. That's how much I like Witcher 3. That's how much I respect and believe in the guys making it. I think, irrelevant of my reservations for the setting, I will still adore this if they even deliver something half as good as Witcher 3. And that's why, even without gameplay, and yes, there was a 10-minute interview which revealed it was going to be first person, and it was very much RPG first, shooter second, it's going to be incredibly deep, lots of skills and class choices, and you really develop as you go through it. There was some wonderful information which really does prop me up for this. I'm a little bit sad at first person, but if you're going to be using guns, it's the logical choice, and there are many proven RPGs that work beautifully in that perspective, so I don't think it's too worrying, though I am definitely a preferer to third, but I can deal, right? And it just, I can't help it. I've just got a feeling, got a gut that I'm going to adore it despite everything that might make me think to the contrary. I simply cannot wait for this to come out in the next, I guess, 5 years at this point, but it is just, I mean, it's one to watch, right? You can't say it's not one to watch. I hope we see a Ciri cameo. She should, in theory, have visited here, and just putting her in as an Easter egg or even as big as a side quest would be a wonderful homage to all of the people who loved and played The Witcher, and it's entirely possible. She world hops to dimensions. She described the world of Cyberpunk to Geralt in Witcher 3, and I ideally hope that comes to fruition and it's not forgotten about, and knowing the detail that they lovingly put in these games, I can expect it. And that's really the crux of it, right? One thing that always emanates through from the very core and then through every pore in a CD Projekt Red game is how much they fucking give a damn about what they're making, how much time they spend slaving blood, sweat and tears, pouring their all into giving you the best experience and world possible. And I will stand up and I will say, I believe this is going to be incredible as fuck. And yeah, in 4 years I might be watching these very words back, crying as I look at a 25% review score, unable to disagree. But unless that happens, I'm pretty happy with my assessment on this one. Yeah, it might be hypey, but that's the point of E3, right? So there you go, guys. That's the 10 that I'm personally all about. The order could shuffle a little bit, keeping Cyberpunk at the top, but they're the ones that did it for me. And there are things like Anthem, which, yeah, it looks alright, but I kind of just get Division-y, bullet spongy vibes, but in mech suits, and mech suits automatically make it cooler, of course, but that was the one that closest to getting a mention on this. And yeah, obviously Elder Scrolls 6, but it's just literally them going, yeah, we're working on it. Well, obviously you are. This tells us nothing. You can't get super hype about that. You really can't. There's nothing there that wasn't already obvious. And I've never been a huge Fallout fan, so that one's not really done it. Beyond Good and Evil 2, I'm kind of excited about that. I love the first one, and I guess there's no point. New Metro, that's good. There's no point in me suddenly just going through every game and giving a quick yay or nay about it. You get the point here, you do. So yeah, them's my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like if you did. A lot goes into the E3 videos, and I would appreciate it if you share it around. I really would. But for now, my name has been Josh. I'll see you soon. Oh, let me know yours, of course. There better be a list in the comments of your own. I mean, I need to have massive arguments going. No, but it would be good to get some discussion. But yeah, goodbye.
Rage Gaming with the video float.
But that's all that's really relevant at the mo, but I'm still gonna leave this up so you patrons know that I love you even though the outro's no longer that kind of relevant. But the new one's being worked on and it's gonna be a truly badass song, and don't worry, I won't be doing any rapping on it. I'm gonna go now. This was shit.